Hey, welcome to Cow-Free Kicks. On this channel I review leather-free sneakers only, and this video is all about the Nike V5 runners. Welcome to the channel. If you've not seen one of my videos before, I always look into 5 different categories when I review a pair of sneakers, and then at the end of the video I will give these Nike V5 runners an overall rating out of 5 stars. If you like what you see as you're going along, please do not forget to click the little thumbs up like button below on your device, and whilst you're down there, if you've not done so already, please do take time to subscribe to the channel. All of the support is greatly appreciated. So let's start this review off, as I always do, by checking these V5 runners out on feet. Currently available in 4 different colorways via the Nike app and website. These Nike V5 runners are definitely a plan by Nike to cash in on the incredible popularity of the 90s runner aesthetic with this open mesh kind of detailing, this metallic synthetic leather finish that's been incredibly popular with brands like Asics and New Balance in the last 12 months. So these V5 runners definitely do have a place in the current shoe trend. They do look good in hand and on feet. I really do like the open mesh detailing you get in the toe box, and the open mesh detailing through the middle of the foot underneath the swoosh has a slightly different look to it, and I kind of like that mix mash aesthetic. I do like the synthetic leather detailing. I like the metallic finish. The round laces are nice. The little kind of retro Nike embroidered branding on top of the tongue is also quite nice. And you get an additional Nike swoosh tick that's embroidered on the heel cup as well. The inside of the shoe is an exact mirror of the outside. And then you go towards the outsole of the shoe and you can see that it's got kind of the traditional waffle cutaways with that mix of the gold and the black. And it's slightly speckled as well because this shoe is made from 20% recycled material. So you're going to get some recycled rubberized outsole with the outsole of this V5 runner. 2 bugbears for me about this shoe. One is the fact that it's absolutely huge. The amount of foam detailing that you get on the upper of this sneaker means that when it's on your foot, it is very wide and it is a lot longer than kind of a standard Nike size shoe. Now, we'll talk about the fit more in the comfort section, but when they sit on your feet and even in hand, they just look very big on your foot. And also, this plastic swoosh detailing that you get on these Nike V5 runners is possibly my least favorite swoosh I've seen in a long time. It's awful. It's really hard. I don't like the kind of gloss finish that you get with it. It feels so cheap and tacky on the inside and the outside of the shoe. I just don't know why they've gone with without a standard embroidered swoosh rather than this hardened plastic kind of stuck on swoosh. I just really do not like the swoosh on these at all. So looks wise, I am a fan of the 90s aesthetic, but a couple of those details, the fact that they're absolutely enormous and the fact that they've got this plastic swoosh, just don't sit right with me. Now I'm going to move on to their comfort, where I'm going to put this chunky midsole to the test on my back doorstep. So the midsole unit for these Nike V5 runners looks very similar to the midsole unit you get on the Zoom Vomero 5s, but this is kind of the cheaper version of a Zoom Vomero 5. Looks wise they're very similar, and also midsole wise they look very similar too, but there's no Zoom unit in these. The midsole for these is an unnamed cushioned midsole, and for that reason you're getting a slightly firmer feel. You don't get that cushioned squishy feel that you get with the Zoom midsole on the Vomero 5s. These definitely run firm underfoot. You could see from the step test I was putting a lot of pressure on this midsole. Whilst I was getting some give and responsive bounce back from the middle of the foot and the heel, it's very dead towards the front of the foot and towards the toe box. So do expect a ride that's going to be quite firm underfoot. On top of your feet, like we've mentioned, there's a huge amount of cushioning in the foot entry and around the heel. The tongue is very well cushioned, and that cushioning continues throughout the shoe, which is one of the reasons why you've got this quite enormous look to the upper of these shoes. You do get a nice comfortable feel though with all that foam on top of your feet, and size wise they're an absolute true fit in your Nike sizing. Length wise they're absolutely perfect. Width wise I have slightly wider than average feet, and I did find these pinched a little bit in the toe box. Even though the toe box is quite wide, it's because of the amount of cushioning that they've got on the inside. So if you do have wide feet, I'd probably advise going half a size up. Next, I want to talk more about their weight, where I want to put them on the scales. Coming in at 380 grams per shoe. It's to be expected with the amount of foam detailing you've got on the upper and the fact that you've got quite a chunky midsole. The overlays on these as well, especially with this hardened plastic swoosh, is going to add weight. I think any shoe that comes in at around the 350 gram mark and below can be considered a lightweight shoe, so coming in at 380 is tipping them towards more of a heavyweight shoe. So if you were going to look to wear these as a workout shoe, I probably would go against that. They're definitely more of a lifestyle sneaker because of the way they've been composed with all these additional materials. Now I want to talk more about their breathability, which is another reason why I wouldn't say these are probably going to be a great workout shoe, by putting them to the test with the smoke, and I'll pump it through the upper to see how breathable it is. Even though this upper is incredibly well perforated when you look up close, underneath that perforation is a second layer of a denser foam, which means that when I ran the smoke test, unfortunately not that much smoke escaped. So they are going to be probably just below average when it comes to breathability, and that's just because of the different layers of foam you've got in this upper. Nothing really escaped from the middle of the foot. The toe box did let some come out, but it was very laboured and very slow. You can see most of the smoke escaped from the lace loop holes where the tongue meets the upper of the shoe, which is a clear sign that there's kind of a struggle in the rest of the shoe for the smoke to escape. So overall, an averagely, possibly below average shoe in breathability, but that's going to move me on to their price. Now these come in at a very reasonable £80 per pair. So it's definitely towards Nike's budget range of shoes. And it's weird to say £80 is a budget price because they used to do shoes at £50 a couple of years ago, but this is definitely an entry-level shoe into this 90s lifestyle runner aesthetic. It's not like the Zoom Vomero 5s that come in at almost double the price, a bit more expensive. These ones here won't affect your wallet as much, but for the money, are you getting enough? I'd probably say just about. So that's going to bring me on to my overall score for these shoes, and it's going to be a very average 3 stars, and it's just because I think they're a very average shoe. Nothing really stands out about them, and I do think that's possibly because of where they've been placed in the market with their price. It kind of dictates the fact that they can't do too much to the shoe to make it outstanding. It's just kind of average in every department. Now, if you've liked what you've seen today, please do not forget to give the video a thumbs up right before you leave. You can also follow me on Instagram, drop any comments below, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.